Hi, I'm Chef Ange. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my kitchen. On today's episode, I want to show you how to make a fast and delicious chicken teriyaki bowl. This is a great recipe when you're tight on time but don't want to skimp out on the flavor. This quick and easy chicken teriyaki is made with basic ingredients, requires minimal prep and cook time, and I'm going to show you how to make the side dishes that go best with this crowd-pleasing chicken dinner. But before we get into the recipe, for the full ingredient list and directions, check the description box below. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can find out when I drop new recipe and tip videos every week. Let's get cooking.
The first step to getting this recipe going is getting some boneless, skinless chicken thighs and breaking them down into bite-sized pieces. So using a nice sharp knife, I'm going to take each chicken thigh and I'm going to cut it probably in between like 6 to 8 pieces depending upon the chicken thigh, but I'm just looking for about bite-sized pieces. Now we're going to season our chicken thighs with some olive oil, and we're just going to use this for a binder. And now here comes my base seasoning, which is a blend of garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. I'll put a link to the video recipe in the description box, and that'll be in the ingredient list. We're also going to season with some powdered ginger. That's going to give this a nice, authentic flavor. And we're also going to go in with some smoked paprika, which is going to add some nice color to this chicken, and it's also going to add a really good smoky flavor. So now we'll just get in there with our hands and we'll keep mixing until the spices and oil have coated the chicken really evenly. Once we've done that, we're going to set this aside and just let that marinate for a little bit. And while that's going, we're going to get some long grain rice, and we're going to make that with some chicken stock. And we're going to put just a pinch of salt in there because that's the low sodium chicken stock, and just a dot of olive oil. So now I'm going to cover this, and I'm just going to make that according to the package directions, and we just want that rice ready to go as soon as the chicken is. So now that chicken's marinated and the rice is going, we're going to make our teriyaki glaze. So we're going to take a bunch of garlic and we're going to give that a nice fine mince, just like we do on all our Chef Ange recipes. We're heavy on the garlic here. And now we're going to put some low sodium soy sauce inside a container, and we're going to start to make that glaze. We're going to put some rice wine vinegar for some acidity, and the rice wine vinegar just really has a nice acidity that matches that Asian flavor profile. We're also going to put some honey in for some sweetness. When building sauces, you want to have that nice balance in between the umami that comes from that soy sauce, the sweetness coming from the honey, and the acidity coming from the vinegar. Another flavor that we're going to add here is going to be some sesame oil. I'm running out, so I'm going to put whatever I have in this bottle in every last drop. And now in go the minced garlic. And we're also going to add some brown sugar that's going to add more sweetness and also just a little bit more of a deeper flavor. And we're also going to put some cornstarch in there, just a tablespoon, and that's going to really help this get to that nice thick consistency when you think of chicken teriyaki and how it coats the chicken. So now we're going to bust out the whisk and we're going to give this a mix until all of that cornstarch is nice and dissolved in our liquid. And if it needs to get loosened up any, we're going to splash in a little bit of chicken stock instead of some water, because that's going to help loosen it up, but it's also going to add some flavor. Now that everything's ready, we're going to make the last of our side dishes. We're going to make some blanched broccoli. So I've salted this water pretty heavily because we want the salt to season the broccoli while it's cooking, and this isn't going to take very long, anywhere between like 60 to 90 seconds tops. If we cook this any longer, this broccoli is going to get mushy because I want this broccoli to have like a nice crunch to it but still be tender. So we're going to take the spider out, or any slotted spoon would work. The spider just helps me take out a little bit more at once. I really think this is a great kitchen tool if you don't have it already. And we're just going to pull out all that broccoli, and I'm going to let that cool down. So now in a cast iron pan or any heavy bottom pan, I'm going to add a little bit of oil. I'm going to heat that over a medium high to a high heat, and we're going to take our chicken and we're going to brown this in batches. And I want to brown it in batches so there's a little bit of space in between each chicken so the chicken doesn't get crowded and it can get a nice brown crust on it. If we put too much in there, it's just going to steam and we're not going to get any of that brown or that golden on there. You could see how delicious and brown this looks, and remember, browning is flavor. So I'll take my time and flip each piece individually just so we can get browning on both sides, and I still have the heat going pretty high in the pan, and I'm making sure that I'm not losing any heat. So once that's browned, we're going to take a slotted spoon, we're going to remove the chicken, and we're going to put it in a bowl, and we're going to set that aside. And now right into the same pan, we're gonna add the second batch of chicken, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna spread it out around the pan, make sure that we're getting nice space, and once it's nice and brown, we're gonna add that other chicken back in, and in goes our teriyaki glaze. I turned down the heat just a touch, but now I'm gonna keep mixing this until that chicken is well coated. The little bit of a liquid evaporates from our glaze, so it sticks a little bit and gets just a little bit thicker with a little help from that cornstarch. That's not going to take very long at all. Shut that off the heat, and we'll chop up some scallions for some garnish. We'll throw on some black and white sesame seeds, and now we're going to sprinkle on the scallion greens. And now look how amazing this looks. You know, you can serve it just like that, but this is how I would plate it. So we'll get some of that rice. And now some of this nice blanched broccoli. Oh, I want that one right there. And one more. I love my broccoli. And maybe just one more. Okay. And now we're going to add our chicken to the bowl. And now this plate is really, really nice. I mean, I got my chicken, I got my veggies, I got my rice. I mean, what more could you ask for out of dinner? Now, probably in the same amount of time that I would order takeout, I made this dinner from start to finish. And it's probably even better than some of the takeout that you can order.
I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I'm really excited to try this. I love the bowl format because you can clearly see like your proteins, your vegetables, your starches or carbs. This is really nice for meal prep. This is a great bowl for people who are maybe looking to eat a little healthier, and it's also super delicious. So, you know, healthy food doesn't have to taste bad. But enough talking, let's see how we did. So we'll get a little bit of everything. We'll get some of that chicken, some of the rice, some of the broccoli. If I'm good, I can fit this all in one spoon and get it all into my mouth. Mmm. Mmm. You know, this is a really simple dish, really nice flavors, super easy, and the format really allows you to customize it based upon whatever you're trying to do. Mmm. The chicken is saucy, savory, sweet. The rice, wonderful. Fresh, nice blanched broccoli. Mmm. Well, I'm Chef Ange. This is my chicken teriyaki bowl. I hope this makes your dinner table. Let me know in the comments section how yours comes out. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can find out when I drop new recipe videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.